Hi guys, it's Writer Ash here. How is your Friday going? Mine has been pretty well. I got done with classes at 11 and now I'm just chilling at home with my two cats and my dog. I hope everyone has had a great Friday. Today's video is underrated book versus overrated book. The two books I will be talking about is A Monster Called by Patrick Ness and Caravel by Stephanie Garber. Also, before I get started talking about them, I just wanted to clarify that these are my own personal opinions and that they're not written in stone. You may disagree with what I say, or you may agree. Please feel free to give me some points on why something may not be overrated or may be underrated, etc. And please feel free to read, watch, play anything I review, and let me know what you think of it. Now, the underrated book is A Monster Called by Patrick Ness. I rate this book about an 8 out of 10. It's a really good book and it definitely deserves people to check it out. However, it's not the greatest book ever, and as much as I do like it, it's not a 10 out of 10. What made me pick this book up was actually the illustrations. They're super well done and they're pretty cool. They're by Jim Kay, and I highly recommend getting the version with the illustration as it enhances the book as you're reading it. Why I think is underrated because it's not really common anywhere. I'd never actually seen anything about it or heard anything about it. I just happened to pick it up in my high school library and saw it looked pretty interesting. I'll read the back of the book so you can get an idea of what it's about and maybe you'll want to give it a read. The monsters showed up after midnight, as they do. But it isn't the monster Connor's been expecting, the one from the nightmare he had nearly every night since his mother started her treatments. The one with the darkness, and the wind, and the screaming. This monster is something different, something ancient, something wild, and it wants the truth. That's A Monster Called by Patrick Ness, and I recommend you check it out. The overrated book is Caravel by Stephanie Garber. Now, I know there are other books that are way more overrated that I could have talked about, but I'm saving those for a later video. So that's why some obvious ones aren't being talked about in this video. I rate Caravel 7 out of 10. Don't get me wrong, it's a good book. However, a factor I include in this score is if it makes me want to read it again. And honestly, I only read it once and that was it. No urge to read it again. However, I will because I need to reread it to refresh myself for the second book. Why I think it's overrated is because it's very well known and talked about. If you were to go to a random stranger and say the title and author, they would probably know exactly what you're talking about. That being said, it's still a really good book, and I'll read the description and you can see if you would want to check it out for yourself. A legendary competition, a memorizing romance, an unbreakable bond between two sisters. Scarlet Dragna had never left the tiny island where she and her sister Tella lived with their powerful and cruel father. Now, Scarlet Father has arranged a marriage for her, and Scarlet thinks her dreams of seeing Caravel, the faraway once-a-year performance where the audience participate in the show, are over. But this year, Scarlet, long dreamt of invitation, finally arrives. With the help of a mysterious sailor, Tella whisks Scarlet away to the show. Only as soon as they arrive, Tella is kidnapped by Caravel's mastermind organizer, Legend. It turns out that this season's Caravel revolves around Tella, and whoever finds her first is the winner. Scarlet has been told that everything that happens during Caravel is only an elaborate performance. Nevertheless, she becomes enmeshed in a game of love, heartbreak, and magic. And whether Caravel is real or not, Scarlet must find Tella before the 5 nights of the game are over, or a dangerous domino effect of consequences will be set off, and her beloved sister will disappear forever. Welcome to Caravel. Beware of getting swept too far away. And that's the description. That's Caravel by Stephanie Garber, and I recommend you check it out. Alright guys, that's it for this video. A new one should be up by next Friday or Saturday, depending on when I can edit it. I hope you all have a good Friday and a very good weekend. See you next week.